Hello, everyone. Welcome to another read for the week, the energy, everything that's going on. I sat down to do this and realized it's going to take a bit of structuring because we've got just so much um, energies coming in, and we've got a lot of events this week. So everything from Lionsgate begins tomorrow, but also like we're already in the portal of energy. We have been since like just after the 777 portal. So um, if you're anything like me, I've had a couple of weeks of just lots going on energetically, drudging up stuff from the past. And I've been talking to other people and experiencing the same thing. So I finally finished my lion painting. I didn't paint that, I paint by number. But it is my lion back there for Lionsgate. So yeah, just a really big week of energies coming up and shifts and changes. Nothing new. We're still in this place of shift and change. So but then tomorrow, so I'm recording this on the 31st, last day of July. Tomorrow we're gonna have a full moon in Aquarius. It's a super moon. It's also a blue moon. Well, it will be, the second one is the blue moon. We have two full moons in the month of August. So we start off with one and we end with one on the 30th. So that's fun. That's lots of energy coming at us. And again, they're both super moons. So really lots of intensity. We're just really getting, fine tuned here. Lots of making sure everything is in alignment. So we're going to do first here the overall look at the week and what that means for us, and then we'll get into the day by day. Um, yeah, I'm going to structure things a little different this week. So the moon reading that I'll do for Tuesday, I usually also post that separately, um, which I will do the reading part, but I'm not going to attach a meditation to it this time um, because that is also the first day of the Lionsgate build up. So I'm going to suggest doing the Lionsgate meditations with the animals leading up to the gate. So, and again, those meditations I didn't save on my computer, so I can't re-upload them and attach them to the full moon reading, but I am going to bump them up daily into the playlist. And just depending on how busy this week is, I'm already kind of depleted because I had a really busy weekend in 3D land. So like I have very little energy today. Um, but I might post a quick read every day, like a 5 minute read on the events of that day and then direct you from there to the playlist of whichever animal it is for the lead up through Lionsgate. And then on 8/8, hopefully, I might try to do a live again. We'll have to see if my sound issues have been fixed. Like every time I go live, there's my computer is not registering sound. So, but I will definitely have something planned for that day. All right, let's start with just taking a look with the cards of the overall energy of this week, uh, what we're needing to look at. The overall, just looking at energies of August, are really going to focus on we're still in this phase of like healing, clearing, releasing. Here, healing, clearing, releasing. This particular one with the moon seems to be focusing more on our soul and our spirit, like what we really need for our soul's growth and to continue on our spiritual path. And we'll get into it with the moon, but it's really about not listening to other people anymore and speaking our truth about what we want and who we are, in a loving way, so we're not offending anyone. And if anyone's coming at you over it, then maybe that energy shouldn't be in your field. However you choose to. All right, so we're starting the week off, yeah, just what I was just talking about with the magician. So that which I create in the world returns to me. But also, what this is really about is it's time for us to step up. Our soul mission is to create uh, in this, on this earth. She's holding earth in her hand, and it's just time for us to really, like, really start stepping into our full gifts and, and start utilizing them, and not letting people poo-poo on you over it. And if they do, just, kindly correcting them and just saying, but this is who I am. So, take it or leave it. And the leave it might be that, you know, that people leave our lives over it. And that's fine because, you know, this, I mean, it's like, just go, because the next card we got is the preservation card, right? For me, this is always the death and rebirth, which is a lot of what we've been in, and a lot of what, when I'm talking to people, the dark nights of the soul that people are having right now is just this, like, who am I? And, like, how do I fit into this world? And what do I want, like, to be doing and act, and how do I act, want to be acting and putting myself out there? So all of those things. So it's just reminding us that this week, like, the baby is there. It's still, we haven't fully birthed it yet. It seems like this long, arduous process, and it has been. Some, for some longer than others, but just reminding us that it's all cyclical. It's all part of the plan. Like, this was always going to happen. And, just it's self-preservation too, right? Not getting so wrapped up in what other people think, that we're not being true to ourselves and our goals, right? Our spiritual and our soul growth goals. So just a reminder, it's we're going through, this is it's a process that's happening. It's easier when you're doing a process not to fight it, right? Like, to ease, go through it with ease and grace, and rest, and just take it moment by moment, not forcing or pushing things or wanting to change things, and just being with it, sitting with it as it is. We also got star gathering, stars aligned, remembering home, and soul family. That came up last week, and I've seen that come up in other people's readings too. It's like the calling is definitely happening to start, to making sure we're in alignment with our soul path and where we want to head and what we're doing. But the key critical factor seems to be that making sure we're in that alignment, because the time for us coming together is really close at hand. Um, I would say, yeah, like, I would say probably just after the Lionsgate. I feel like Lionsgate is going to be a process of everybody needing to walk through it themselves, and come what may, deal with what comes up, uh, make sure we're in alignment. But as we head through that time and space, it's really to refine ourselves so that when we do come together in community, which is coming up soon, um, that we are at our best, our peak performance, or however you want to, our most aligned and highest vibration. Um, and I know it's hard right now. Like, I've had days lately where, like, I have been in some low vibe places with myself, but I know that it's part of that. It's like, it's this, we have to let it die. It's, it is when you're in those low moments, it's like, it does feel like a death. Like, and instead of clinging onto it and trying to make it work, it's like, it's just time for us to start letting some of the stuff go, because the new is waiting to be born. But all the factors have to be in place for it to, like, materialize. So it's, again, it's just working on ourselves. But like I said, it's not just working on ourselves, like what we're doing day to day out in the world, etc., etc. It's it's our soul path, our soul mission, and really tuning in and figuring that out and figuring out how you want to see it play out. Because again, we're master manifestors. This can play out exactly the way we want it. Um, Unfortunately, a lot of times when we're in those low vibes, though, we create more little situations for ourselves, and then it's like a little harder to get through the muck and the mire to find the diamond to see who we really are, right? The shining, brilliant, resonant energy. So this week, yeah, same. It's a continuation of working on ourselves and clearing and releasing the things we no longer need within that spiritual path, and just really, yeah, I feel like it's like one of those weeks of like really, it's not even just observation of it, it's like really deep diving into our soul, our very soul, um, and our spiritual path, and what we want to, what we see is going on and what we want to see happening for us. So let's take a look at the day by day and see if it agrees. And we'll check in at the end of the week. And like I said, we'll just see how this week goes, because with, there's lots going on. So I know I might try to pop in every day and kind of do a Lionsgate check-in. Um, we'll just see how it all transpires. Okay, let's look at the week. All right, let's take a look at Monday. Today, recording it on this day. Yeah, in terms of decks for this week, I just went with like whatever popped up and was like, um, yeah, in my face. These decks were like talking. So we've got the Keepers of the Light, the Angels and Ancestors, and the Angel Dreams. And yeah, it just seems like I've been, I've really been picking up in the last week, particularly working with people that we're coming up again to a like a shift and a major, what, like a major milestone in this ascension process. So what I was picking up is that, again, angels, ancestors, guides, everything is there, like right present all around us, and very much, usually when they come in like that is they're coming in for, I don't want to call it backup, but it is. It's like there's another big uh, event shift about to happen. So they're just letting us know they're present. So they're helping us out day to day. Okay, Monday. The first card we got is the Miriam, which is Sacred Vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. I think it's funny because I just did the moon read previously to doing the rest of the week because it's different cards. And it did come up where there's like this, like about us speaking our truth and standing up and showing who we are and saying, this is who I am and this is my soul path. Um, and almost like in the most loving way possible, it's a take it or leave it. If you don't resonate with this anymore, then we can be apart. So it's like really, I feel like it's really coming up that there's a lot of conflict again about people going, you can't do that and you can't say that and you're not that powerful. Like all that stuff is starting to creep back in. The doubt, the um yeah, just the doubt in anything that's happening at all. Like that it's just like this is all an illusion altogether. So there's all these things coming up. So it's going back and making sure that we're setting boundaries in a loving way. Um, and even if people are coming at us, is like the true version of namaste, like namaste. My cousin always says that to calm people down. Calm down. Like, he's joking around, but it's funny. I think it's funny. But it's like, okay, you have you and I have my beliefs, and we don't have to agree. And I see the light in you, even if you may not see it right now. and hopefully, and you may not see the light in me, but it is there. We are all the same at the very end and core of it. So there's maybe some forgiveness to work to do on Monday. But what I want to really say about this too is like the Vesica Pisces there is like that is always the description of this like separating of the two worlds, right? The third dimension into the fifth, and that it would always like never be completely separated. But like there's like this middle ground in here where like we're kind of existing in two places, right? So I feel like it's also just saying like you know, as this pulling apart is happening, it's not comfortable, and it is kind of asking us to like, you know, like put our energy into one side or the other. It's hard to balance in the middle. Um, and sometimes we're just in that middle stage, right? It's this round, like you'll see in the moon reading, it's this round, uh, trying to stick a round, peg into a square hole, that kind of thing. Um, what's coming up though, like that is the sacred vision part is that we're getting really profound uh, energy informations and visions. So be paying attention to those. Because we also got surround. I got two cards for this one. Surround. We got the arrow card, which is surround yourself with protective energy. Um, Again, that kind of goes back to these people, you know, throwing their negativity at us, and it's like I'm not playing that game anymore. So just put yourself in your bubble every day. Um, they're gonna keep trying to like knock you down a peg. Uh, it's tough right now. They don't want to see this beautiful separation happen, and it sounds like separation is terrible, but it's actually for the best, right? So that we can envelop these stronger five-dimensional benevolent energies and leave the third behind, right? But we also got the sun. So enjoy success and happiness. But I also say with moon cards, with the sun cards when they come up, the solar flares have been pretty much, I would say, nonstop. There's at least one or two medium class flares every day. Mostly for me, they're happening in the middle of the night. Um, and it's just, I think the success and happiness is like we are being upgraded energetically. So just take that in, and know that the universe has our back, and it is, it is building this path for us to go down. We also got fire opal, which is sensuality and confidence. I'm going to pull the confidence word out of this card as the primary part of this reading because first of all, it's Leo season. And I think, right, this Lionsgate and this Leo energy, it's in ways asking us to step up and be confident and saying, this is who I am. You do have to know, you have to know and be confident in who you are to stand up and make that statement. And be confident and not let other people's opinions, whatever they want to call it, facts, all the things that they're like, oh, you can't do it because we've always done it this way. The old way is this, and this new way, we're not having it. It's being able to stand up in confidence and with love and say, I'm sorry, but this is who I am, and this is the path I'm taking. So yeah, it really feels like this Leo lion energy is just like awaking the lion in us. That's another card in another deck, but waking the lion, um, and just being, I can't remember the moon card. I'm gonna look it up, but it's like I am confident, steady, and strong. Like just really that's the protective energy we can put around ourselves, right? I am confident, steady, strong. I have to go look up that card. So it'll probably appear in Wednesday's reading, just so I can show you the card. Because I'm not going to dig it out now, otherwise I have to do a cut in this. So anyway, that's Monday. Protect yourself. Just put protective energy around and know that you're being upgraded. Everything is happening. Pay attention to your visions. do everything in love, see the light in others, um, forgive, forgive them for they know not what they do. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, that's Monday. All right, if you're watching this during the weekly read, this is Tuesday. It is the moon, full moon in Aquarius. It is going to be the second full moon, or the first full moon of two, sorry, this month. So that brings up the phrase, it's a blue moon when it happens. That's so once in a blue moon. So I'd almost say like something definitely different, unusual, and magical is about to happen. So it's also a super moon, both of them. So very intense, really close to Earth, lots of energy coming at us. Um, yeah, again, it's coming up around the healing of soul and spirit, um, getting into our intuition. Aquarius is higher learning, not higher learning, but like connecting with that higher energy frequency. Uh, you know, Often when we think of Aquarius, it kind of relates back to Atlantis a bit, right? Like new technologies or old technologies that are new again. So just, out of the realm of the normal, but really interesting sort of time to get into our intuition, and having clear thought around how things really are and what they really look like and what our lives and our soul path is. I thought of that at the beginning of the week. So yeah, I mean, it is still a full moon, so it's always about release, and it's definitely giving us the opportunity to release things. And the focus this time, though, is really on what we can do to release things that are stopping us on our soul and our spiritual path. Um, and so that it also invites in this energy of being able to heal these areas of our life once and for all, kind of. So definitely focusing, if you're doing a moon ritual or anything like that, still focusing on release. I'll be curious to see because I'm not, if you're watching just this as the full moon read, normally I attach a meditation, but I'm not going to be doing that this time because this day is also the first day in the lead up to the Lionsgate portal for 8/8. Um, the portal is already open. It's been open for some time, but the steps will be these next 7 days of steps into the portal will be very interesting. That card flipped right over. It was coming out. Um, so yeah, we're definitely we're definitely being asked to really fine tune our soul work and our soul path, and just really, again, working on our alignment and bringing ourselves into this more Aquarian age as we start heading there more fully over the next few years. Um, it is like I always say, and it actually is one of the songs in the Lionsgate meditations. So it'll be curious to see what the first day is. I honestly don't remember. I recorded them last year, so it'll be interesting to see if it correlates with this moon. Um, and if you're watching this as part of the read for the moon, uh, I'll put a little clip up to direct you to the first day of the Lionsgate. All those will be in the playlist as we go day by day. So let's take a look at this moon, see what the cards have to say. Um, oh yeah, there's also like because centers around a lot of the third eye and the heart. Again, more continued heart chakra and third eye openings and awakenings, or however you want to turn them. So yeah, it's funny, you can't see it, but my little lion that I painted, I put an Om symbol on his third eye. um I don't know, it just seemed to suit it, and that's what I did. All right, looking at this Aquarian full moon, super moon. Okay. um yeah, it's kind of saying what we've just been talking about here, is that the first thing that comes up is that adjustments are required. So that's where I was talking about, that fine tuning still needs to happen. So um, usually, again, that's like we've maybe gotten a bit off course in terms of what we want to see on our spiritual path, what we need it to look like, or what we need to happen. So again, it's going in and releasing the things that are not working for us and no longer serving us. It seems like a little bit of a like fine tuning of those things. Um, we also got nothing will come of the situation. This is the card that jumped out. So it was like needed to be read. Void of course moon. What do I get from that? It's like I feel like it's just that like um what I'm getting the image of is that little toy when you're a kid with the circles and triangles and square shapes, and you have to put the right shape in. And it's like we're trying to fit a round circle one into the square and just like jamming it in and jamming it in. And it's never, never, never going to go unless you like destroy the toy and like cut it up or whatever, right? So it's like, it's almost like I'm just being told, like, be really careful about, it's almost like, yeah, we can't will something to happen so terribly that like it's throwing us off course. That's what I'm getting, like void of course. We're like, kind of lost on the spiritual path right now, going, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Nothing I'm doing is working. So it's like, it's almost like we need to go back and again, perspective, pull out and look at the situation and be more specific about the things that aren't working, and really with this moon releasing them and letting them go. um, so that, and again, you may not know where you're headed, because a lot of the times we're going to let this go but we don't know what's coming up for us. So just being like, but you can't have the new if you still have all the old stuff cluttering up your space, right? So, yeah, it's coming down again to us really continuing to do the work, being really meticulous about what we want to see and have in this, on this spiritual journey, in this soul path. I know that's kind of vague, because, and the reason I know it's vague is because it's different for everybody. So like I can't fine tune the decisions for you. This is definitely stuff you need to be looking at. Um, yeah, but we also got luck is on your side. The new moon in Sagittarius. So they're just saying like it's okay. Like um, there's no wrong way, right? I think a lot of us too get down this thing and then we're like, I don't know where to go and I'm at a loss and I'm totally lost, and we give up. And it's like, no, it's like you're doing fine. Everybody's doing fine. Just keep on going, but keep doing the work, right? And quit trying to fit that round peg into the damn square. Like, just that's enough. um, yeah, stop trying to make things work that aren't working. And I feel like I'm talking, sorry, it's hot up here, so I'm sweating. I feel like I'm talking to some people too about this goes to also to, because it's really coming up around like with the moon about like releasing, but and being our true authentic self and what we want to see on our soul path, and standing up and saying, this is who I am. But I like there is a lot of like energy coming in around people. like naysayers or like really crapping on you about this, and just, it's almost like saying with love, like, I'm sorry, but this is who I am. And not taking, no for an answer anymore, in terms of like, I'm not changing for you. This is, and making sure, like, but that you're standing in integrity, and like, you're like, no, this is who I am. I can feel it. I know it. And with love, I I say this, like, if you don't align with this, please, like, we've got to tell people to move on, and go find their thing. So I know we're back to that, like, but it just seems like, yeah, people are still challenging one another on all sorts of belief systems. And it's just like, the universe is really asking us to step up and show ourselves. But you got to know yourself before you start showing yourself. So make sure you've done the work, right? So you have the conviction to stand up and be authentically and truly who you are. That seems to be the point of this moon and this week. All right. So the first card we got is the Chess Queen, trust and strategizing. It is just, it's trusting the universe, which is funny because we also got the cosmos or the universe card, creativity and vastness. So trusting the universe, again, strategizing in terms of, what do you want to see? Who are you? Um, Speaking your soul's truth. That keeps coming up in big words all the time. Speaking your soul's truth. And so the only way we get to that answer is lots of meditation and lots of connection to our very soul. Strategizing. And then we got the Diamond Dreamer. I haven't had this card for a long time, or maybe ever. Material wealth, true prosperity. Yeah, I think that, like, some of like what's going on in the outside world, like, is trapping us up a little bit. Like, um, it's difficult to get things done right now, and be your true authentic self, because we're just all trying to like survive on this planet. But the universe is just saying, like, don't don't have any fear. Everything is going to be fine. True prosperity is on the way. And that's, again, abundance comes in all forms, right? On this planet, definitely material wealth is a big piece of it. Um, the universe is just reminding us it's got our back. It may not seem like it right at this very moment, but it is there. And, as we head into new ways of being, and that's the Aquarian side of things, is like this, the Aquarian age is this, like, the new earth that we're talking about heading into. And I can tell you, there's a much better benevolent financial system on its way in. It's just like, dates. We can't give dates and times, but we are moving to a more benevolent system that assists all of mankind, not just the few and the far between. So, um, if you can keep that in the back of your head as the little glimmer of hope, um, again, I have no idea how soon it's going to get here, and how much more we have to play around in this low 3D energy system we currently have. But just do your best for now, and the universe is just reminding you, basically, everything's going to be fine, and this too shall pass. I'm taking this mental note for myself, because this has been a lot of my problem in the last couple of weeks, is just, struggling to make ends meet, basically. And paying all these, like, I don't want to pay bills for, like, stupid things that I have that I don't want, like insurance. Like, why do I have to do that? I don't, but I am. Just that, it's like, it's an old system. It is dying out. It's, and I think that's probably that analogy too of the round peg and the square hole, don't is that, like, we're not supposed to panic, because that eventually we will find the place for the round hole. It's coming. Like, don't don't give up and throw it away or destroy it or anything like that. Um, it's, yes, it's taking time, but it is on its way. So yeah, right now we got a square and we've got a round peg and it doesn't fit and we can't make it fit. And we stop beating ourselves up over trying to do that and just trust the universe that you know, the right shape is coming soon. All right, let's look at the advice cards for this moon, and then we'll move on to the rest of the week, or, well, we'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, okay. Advice card number one, practice gratitude. Always, always, always. When in doubt, always go back. Be thankful for what we already have. Um, by being thankful and opening that heart chakra, uh, and intuiting what we do, like we're still like intuiting what we do need, our wants and needs, but we're inviting that in and we're being grateful for it uh, as it comes. Saying thank you for every little moment of butterfly landing on you. Just keep generating gratitude so that more abundance can come in. It's it's the age old trick that sounds so easy to do and we screw it up all the time, but practicing gratitude is our full moon uh, homework for this time. We also got honor your feelings. I feel like this card, I just want to say, like, more than it's about honoring our feelings, is that it's just sitting in peace under this moon and and taking it in. Um, and yeah, and doing, unfortunately, like I know I keep harping on this every week, doing the work, um, being in gratitude and manifesting what we need, right? Oh, that's two. We got two Pisces cards. Okay. We also got talk less and feel more. So more emotional. Yeah, it's. I think this is about also us being when we're in those moments of meditation is checking in with our feelings, like and honoring whatever comes up. If it's sadness, if it's grief, if it's what I'm like at peace and happy, like awesome, whatever it is, but just taking those moments to check in, right? Like this is like for me, these two are like the deep meditation cards. It's making sure we're taking those moments, 5 minutes a day, even if you don't have the moon present, right? So like it's not about that. It's if you can get near water or get out in nature, that's always a better place to do those. But if you're just in your house and focusing on something beautiful around your house, a plant, a crystal, those kind of things, but we're just being asked to really check in with ourselves and our soul. It's the soul thing, right? It's again, what did I say? Speak your soul's truth. But the only way you can speak that truth is if you listen to your soul. And the easiest way to listen to your soul is through meditation. Is and that's where we use our heart and our intuition because it's like when those, you know, whether you're like, oh, the voice in my head is saying this, but can I believe that? Or like we just poo poo on all of it. And it's like, no, really take that 5 minutes and connect. And it's all intention. It's like I want to connect with my soul. I want to check in with my soul and see what it needs, what it's feeling, what we need to do to nurture and manifest our path and illuminate. I like to call it, like, say, it's illuminating the path in front of you, your path in front of you. So, yes, another moon of work. It's always work at the moon. We should be doing this work. I think what happens too sometimes is we're just like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do the work. I'm not going to do it. And then we go a couple days and they're like, and you're like, I feel like crap and I don't know what's wrong with me. It's like, okay, well, we still have to be checking in with ourselves, right? Yeah. We're our biggest responsibility, right? It's no one else's responsibility for our transformation and our enlightenment and ascension. It's all on us. and we need to start paying better attention to what our soul is saying. So that is the reading for the moon. Like I said, there will not be a meditation attached to this if you're watching it separately, but I'm going to put up a little thing about basically head on over on this page to the playlist. I will be putting up the Lionsgate meditation every day for the next 7 days. Um, I just think it's a good one, and it's fun to go back and see where that was. And yeah, so you've got a whole week of 8 days of meditation to do. So if you do nothing else, hopefully you can do one of those meditations. All right. And if you're watching on the energy read, we're going to move on to Wednesday, I think. Um, Otherwise, have a good night. Have a blessed and beautiful, blissful full moon in Aquarius. Okay, we're going to take a look at Wednesday. Um, so, first, jumping back to Monday, the card I was talking about is this card, our beautiful lion energy. And it's I am courageous, steady, and strong. Good mantra to have for the week through this Lion's Gate. So use it every day as, you know what, like even as like if you're trying to put up a protection around you, that's a great one. And just remember this beautiful image of this lion. It's interesting because like this is like diamonds. I wonder if there's seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, seven. So they're, I would say, representing the chakra system. Um, yeah, just be that courageous, strong, and steady lion. Um, really invoke the energy of this Lion's Gate. Um, I was also thinking as I was like started to read, I was like I'm doing every day this week, and then there'll be a meditation in the Lion's Gate going up every day. Um, but I do think, even though I've done the cards for the week after you've seen this reading, that I might pop up again every day and just do a quick little update because I feel like this. I'm really getting the impression from the cards and just like my guides that like this week is going to be. It's kind of like it's almost going to change on a dime every second. Like, so we'll maybe check in how you're doing every day with the Lion Gate energies. Um, I don't think I could go live every day, but you never know. We'll work something out. Anyway, let's look at Wednesday. Man, there's a lot coming up about this. Ugh, it kind of sucks. It's the work that has to be done. Okay, the first card we got is Lady Portia, which is divine order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. Again, what is your soul's path? We're standing up for ourselves, letting ourselves be seen. Do what you feel is right. Okay, and then we kind of got a little bit of a contrast here, but not really. We got the Peacekeeper card, White Buffalo Calf Woman. Let go of the need to be right. So, okay, doing what you feel is right is totally fine. That's what we want you to do. Head out, be yourself, be your authentic self, do what is right for you. The thing is that right for you is not right for your brother, your sister, your mother, your kids, anybody. It's not the same path for everybody. We can't make a spiritual path, and say everybody has to do this, because then you become that cult leader or guru. And it's like, nope, they have to do their own work. Um, the best way, again, always that you can like be an example for them is to be your authentic self and walk the path, and then be the lighthouse. When they see you, then that they can follow and say, I want what you have. Help me to get there. They come to you. We don't go to them. So for us to get up on our soapbox and saying my soul path is the right way, that's not going to work. Be the peacekeeper. How we keep the peace is we stand in our authentic self and our light and our beliefs, and we believe them, and we show that confidence and conviction, but we do not force anybody else to believe the same thing. we can help them with little bits of advice, but they have to do their own work about what it looks like for them. So, in a way, like it's about the word right, right? Do what you feel is right. Follow your soul path. Absolutely 100%. There's lessons in there for you and others, but we have to stop trying to pull other people along with us. Um, if they're attacking us for the way we are, it's just like putting up the boundary and saying, I'm sorry, I don't believe that anymore. And, and protective energy yourself, then they should fall away out of your space, which we don't, I know it's not comfortable losing friends and family. We've had enough loss in the last couple of years, right? We also got dandelion, vitality, empowerment, perseverance, right? So this is just about, it is all about us. We have to do what's right for ourselves. We can't, you know, we can't stray from that anymore because that takes us off our path. So if you're really serious about staying on this spiritual path and moving into this more light and love space in the world, we have to just we just have to go on this journey ourselves. Like I said, we're gearing up too. We have to be in this right space because an important lesson is unfolding. And we're about to need to come back into community. So the other thing too is it's almost like the need to be right is like saying to people, you need to get your crap together because something big is happening on this planet. And it's like that you can say that, but just and do it with love. But that those people have to go do their thing. And if they don't, we just have to that leave them to their own devices. It's a really hard one. The big thing though is the lion theme for this week, which isn't surprising with the Lionsgate, is we have to really dig deep into like our belief system and our confidence levels and just start walking the path, walking the walk and talking the talk. So out loud, uh, for all to see, no more hiding, no more, no more. And even if they come at you and attack you, it's like, okay, let them be right. They're right. Fine, whatever. You're right. And it's not right for me. It's a two-way street. Whatever they're spewing at you, that's not right for me. It's just a simple like stop, not listen, can't listen, love you, can't listen. Yeah, doesn't work for me, doesn't resonate with me. I mean, right? The thing about the peacekeeper card is try to keep the peace as much as possible. It doesn't need to become a spat or a fight. It just needs to be like, I'm sorry, I'm just not resonating with that anymore. It's a tough week. It's a tough week of like get your lion on, everybody. Like you're being called to lead coming up here, so you have to be in a good leadership position by being confident and strong in your own conviction and morals. I have to do this work too, so I feel for you guys. That's Wednesday. All right, let's see what Thursday has in store for us. Fun, and I'm kind of excited too because I'm going to put up these Lionsgate meditations every day. I don't remember them, so I know I think it'll be a fun journey again for the week. Even if you've done them last year, you may not remember the day to day. It'd be interesting to see how well it like kind of holds up. All right, Thursday, what do we got going on? Okay, yeah, this is interesting week. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we got Freya, phases and cycles. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. And right by the moon. Yeah, it's just, this is the week. It's like, it almost is saying too, the universe is like all um those relationships and habits and things that we're hanging on to. It's like like they're like do the work to release them, but they're also going to be released for us. Like we're at that thing again where it's like the beginning needs to start, right? It's that preservation card from the beginning. The death has to happen for the birth to come in. We can like it just it's the cycle. It's the cycles and phases. We have to let the old die. And I think a lot of people are still, obviously, and even if it's not you, you can see the people around you that are clinging onto it for dear life, which is funny because if they just released it, life would be a completely different, new, and beautiful thing. We're heading there regardless. It's just like how much strife and misery we cause to ourselves before we get there. So, um, illusions are revealed and released. That's also a good indication that there's way more stuff coming in the collective being revealed. I mean, it's been constant for the last few weeks. Um, that slow drip, drip, drip of life is not what we've been told. It's very, very different. Um, Again, I think there's going to be stuff that I hear that's even like, oh my God, seriously? Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot. And which is interesting because the next card we got is connect with your emotions. Yeah, this week it pretty much is like same cards every day, just in a little bit different format. It's like do the work, release, feel your feelings, get in touch with your emotions. Um, what is your soul path? And then taking all of that information and stepping up and saying, "Okay, I've got it. This is who I am. This is my soul path. This is this is what's going on." And the last card we got is selenite, spiritual activation, stimulation. All this work is not for naught, right? Like it doesn't, it's birthing the baby. We got to birth this baby. And the baby is that we're being spiritually activated to move up in this frequency, like that Vesica Pisces I told you about. It's like the world is, that energy is splitting, the old and the new. We're kind of in that middle ground where it's like, you know, it's not, we're not here nor there. We're the round peg that's trying to fit into a square hole and it's not, none of it's working, right? So it's just like I'm almost getting the image of like, yeah, we're in that middle ground and things are being activated and it's they're almost just saying like just feel feel your feelings, work on your emotions, you know, get gain build up your confidence of who you are, know who you are, and everything's going to be okay. We're just in like we're in the middle ground, right? We're in the birth canal. It's just it's just a matter of timing. So yeah, Thursday just, whew, I guess, again, honestly, just know that it's this transformation is happening, that there is a new beginning coming from this ending, to release and let it go with love, and any emotion that comes up. You know, grief's going to be a big one as some of this stuff comes up and out, right? But grieve it and then let it go and just know it's a spiritual activation, it's part of the path, it's part of the process. That's Thursday. All right, looking at Friday, see if it's any different than the rest of the days. It's kind of good though. It's nice to check in, and I definitely think I'm gonna have to check in every day. It feels like this week's gonna be, I don't want to call it topsy turvy, but just like there's so much going on, like there's on. So it might be worth it if I can just even do a 5 minute quick recording, recheck the cards every day, and then direct you towards the Lionsgate video for the day. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Yeah. It's this week. Honestly, it is literally about doing the work. I know nobody wants to hear that, but we do want to hear that because we do want to do it and get this going. Get this thing moving. Get this baby born. Let's go. First card for Friday, Holy Amethyst, Divine Alchemy. Move beyond current challenges. Focus on what you desire. Again, the work. The work. What is our soul saying to us? What did I say in the moon read? Speak your soul's truth. Okay, that sounds great. What is it though? You have to know what it is before you speak it, right? That's part of the confidence in the lion thing. Is like if you got up on a stage right now to talk on something, but you hadn't done any of the research or like written anything, you're going to look like a damn fool out there. Or maybe you just have a natural talent for slinging bullshit. Who knows? But this is asking us not to do that, is asking us to take the time and do the work, because it says, take the time and do the work. Mirror Guardian, take time to reflect. What is your soul saying to you? What does your soul need from you today? What does your soul want you to feel? What does your soul want to be? The check-in. We also check into our soul through our emotions, checking into the emotions. We also got the air guardian, which is shift your perception. I think that's just simply saying like, we're in that middle ground. So it's tricky right now because we're trying to operate in an old way of doing things, and the new way is trying to come in, and we can kind of see both. But again, oh my God, I'm gonna just might as well call this round peg in a square hole. Like, or it's the other way around. I know, but I'm doing it. That's the way I'm doing it. Like it just keeps coming up. It's like we can't force it through, and don't try, because our space hasn't been revealed fully yet. So stop trying to force it, but do the work around like like what we want to see and what we want to be. Focus on what you desire. Not again, remove everybody else out of the equation. Do not factor them in. Do not let their words enter your presence so that it's screwing up what you're hearing from your soul. Ooh, that was fun. I don't know, that smoke just came in and it went right back out. Anyway, okay. We also got the new and waxing moon. Conception, inner self expansion. Yeah, this is just like, this week is about the nitty gritty of getting in touch with your soul and what it wants and where we're headed and what we're going to do about it. It's pretty like as simple as that. And then once we know, getting up on that stage and being like, this is who I am, being seen. All right, that's Friday. Okay, this is for Saturday. And yeah, whew, what a week. I feel like it's been kind of heavy, but at the same time, I just want to like pull it back a bit and change the perception of it. It's like that work doesn't have to be really heavy. It's like you could head into it really lightly, um, and just just ask and listen. Like that's all it is. Honestly, it's the cards from the moon read for the advice cards were just like, it's like sit in meditation and listen, like truly listen, right? And again, we don't need to be there all day doing meditation. We just need to be we just need to take 5 minutes and listen. And you might get a variety of answers from your soul over the 7 days coming up here, but just again, it's taking time to do the work, right? All right. The first card we got is Sanat Kumara, light activation, shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Sorry, can't make this stuff up. Uh, just go and listen. Listen. Everybody, listen, Linda. Like, listen. I feel like it's like the universe is just like, it's a light scolding. It's like, you guys are not listening to yourselves. You're not believing yourself or the intuition you're getting. But I think it's because we're so distracted right now with everything going on that our and our bullshit meter is so high right now that we're just like we're having troubles discerning and hearing our own guidance and our soul and our guides. um so I would say like the overall theme of this week is that we have to stop and just be quiet and listen. We may not even have to ask the soul the question. It's probably crying out, and we are just like so distracted and so busy, can't hear what it's actually saying. You can feel it though. You can feel that's the emotions again. And that's the other card we got. Connect with your emotions. So, yeah, sit down. It's like, how am I feeling? That emotional connection and advice that will come up will lead you down to the path of the soul to see it, to hear those answers. It's yeah, it's just I feel like it's just like it's really critical that we take this time and do this tiny little bit of homework. It's really not that much. We also got the color white, which is source, divinity, and enlightenment. Just letting us know, like, yeah, we're having, you know, we have good connection to our guides in the universe right now. Check in through your emotions. Ask your soul what it needs for the day. Um, what what is your truth? Getting to the bottom of all these things, like really starting to do the inner. That is the inner work, um, right? So that's Saturday. Um, it's just really a repeated theme Monday through Saturday here. Um, yeah, take the time. Just if you can, please take the time and listen to your soul because it's calling out to us. I have to do the same thing because I've just been putting everything on the back burner too. So trust me, I'm preaching to the choir. I know. Okay, that is Saturday. All right, so I won't be doing a reading for Sunday because I'm gonna fingers crossed. Uh, and that's not in the I'm lying to you. That's behind my back hiding it. Um, I'm going to do my best to do a holding space Sunday because we will be right at that sort of pinnacle couple days away from Lionsgate. So it'll be good. I'd really like to like check in. So I'll probably maybe try through the week to do a really quick live, like a 6 minute or with some card reads, just so I can make sure I have sound. And then hopefully maybe on Holding Space Sunday, we can actually do a full live. Um, Check in with you guys, see how you're doing after all this work. All right. I always forget what this is. Okay, let's check out what does the end of the week hold for us. We got judgment. I awaken to the timelessness of body, spirit, and soul. All illusions are shattered. Yeah, for me too, this card is really speaking about the premise of moving from dark to light. It This is the process we're in. So things are being illuminated, right? The dark is having the light shone upon it for all to see. What I look at it with these people down here is they're all kind of dancing and celebrating, um, right? The liberation of humanity, of our soul, is is close at hand. Um, you know, we've been horribly lied to that we are just these little meat sacks running around on the planet. Uh, you know, we're born, we get a job, we work ourselves to death, we pay our taxes, and we die. That's not why your soul came here. I have newsflash. That's not the purpose of this planet, but it has been controlled like that, right? We've been under a huge dark cloud, but that dark cloud is being completely obliterated and all is being illuminated. But the biggest thing that's being illuminated is our true spirit and soul and body and the timelessness of it, right? Again, the death and rebirth thing, but we don't die. right? We're just energy. We just change form. So we also got the motion card, not emotion, but motion. This does look like a little bit of, like, there's quite a bit of an emotion going on in there. Um, yeah, I mean, all I'm just getting from this is like the soul is awake. Our soul is truly awakening and coming to the surface, and the universe is just reminding us everything is in motion. This is happening. Like, the best way for us to like move along in this is to just keep our energy in the best place. Right now, we're being asked for that energy to be to make sure that we're in alignment, and that our soul, that we've listened to what our soul calling and our soul path is. So I normally at this point only do one portal card, but I've just been instructed to do three because we're in a massive portal right now. Okay, so the first one is Chamber of the Violet Flame, Karmic Release, Radical Transformation. That is where we are right at this moment. So just knowing it's all part of the process. Things are happening, things are being revealed. Um, the violet flame too is like the karmic of with that is that it's not just about the release of it, it's that the purple flame also burns up that old karma, old story, all the old, burns it up and transmutes it into something new. So that is also the process that we're in, and that is why we're feeling such radical transformation within us right now. We also got the solar light upgrade, solar plexus chakra, inner fire, and willpower. This is also like, I feel like this is like it's the solar plexus is also connected to Leo's, which is really funny. So yeah, it's just saying, okay. And also anytime we get any kind of solar one, we know like the sun is pumping out lots of energy to help with these transformations and transmutations. So it feels like we're just getting that reminder from the universe, like this process is happening, you're not crazy, things are happening, keep yourself in check, keep yourself in alignment. Don't let yourself like stray off your path because you're not paying attention. And be courageous, steady, and strong. The sun is helping us with this. And the big part is that it's like really amping up our willpower, our confidence, our ability to become the lion and move forward. So all is happening as it should with these portals. And that's what this energy is really all about. And for me, then this leaves us at the last place for this video, is we also got the Seraphim's Gateway, voice activation, angelic attunement, divine support. Again, I just think these are all the reminders from the unit. This is the universe just saying, this is what's happening. Don't panic. Breathe, align, listen to your soul. This is happening. We're sending you upgrades. We're building your confidence. And this is just the confirmation card. It's like the divine support. Oh, I can't catch the right light so you can see the card. The divine support is there. So have no fear. Everything's happening as it should. It's gonna be okay. But listen to your soul and do your work this week. And most of all, repeat the mantra after me. I am courageous, steady, and strong. This is what Lionsgate usually is all about. It's about moving into this energy of being the peaceful warrior, right? The peaceful warrior is the lion. They lead with confidence. They lead with love, with pride. Yeah. So yeah, I would suggest this week, if you do nothing else, there's going to be 7-8 days of meditations up on YouTube for the Lionsgate. So if that's the only 5, 10, 15 minutes you have, I would highly recommend it. I wrote them. I think they're great. Anyway, okay, that's it for the week. Hope to see you for Holding Space Sunday. What come what may. That's all. I'm just going through life right now. Come what may, and I will integrate and transmute it. And just know you're doing it already. We're already doing it. We're doing this. It's good. We got this. Take a deep breath and enjoy your week.